Now, you say NPP for thank you tour. Now, thank you tour no mokono. In sembe bresi ya bona na bi asum. Ya hwe na sum ne kaka ne se ba ku yiye. And onamana asa wa hwe ne num. Yes. Anytime na bi no mo interview no TV so motie. Hello hima. Asina na die na si ocho bi nsu bi bako asa wa hwe ne num. You gonna slap pepraw. So ejimi kakra. Jimi abon slap ohu de onye. Oyima bi nsu o. Mbobo na Dr. Bawumia kede Japan po oko eyi kwase ya hwe ne slap ma jimi de jimi abete. Now bebre sisi mumia dwedwam Mahmoud Bawumia kan say bi meka kire mo ha se party no what they are doing now nyina na say omo person mo tam party no by force na omo de Bawumia ba as flag bearer. Me I don't care dipa omo be yi ni say flag bearer. NPP Bawumia ba they will drop to 24%. Kennedy Japan cannot cross 24%. He will linger around 14% because mentally he's not stable. And between Bawumia and Kennedy, Obiani will be cross 24%. So I don't care who they elect as their flag bearer. At that point, I don't care. But then you say you know party, they are sacrificing ya bri emojeni. Na nipa bi pesa omo dada nipa bi etieti omo fa ahodie so. Eno na hame. Eno na mitia na emebufu. Efisa me da ho ya NPP ni. Obi anim say me card bearer member of the NPP. Enti mint na ho e ma nipa kuo bi entietie nipa bi fa ahodie so ense musika in the name say e was by force Bawumia na ekobiem no konya 24%. No. Anything that they metna me say as much as I don't like the NPP amiami free mobile no, I am also not going to allow some people to use a small power they have to suppress ebinum. And what I am seeing is Kennedy camp no, they are being suppressed. Bawumia mo even though they are all not going to cross the 24%, you know, their SU NPP mo no time. Kennedy 14, Bawumia 24 in 2028. That's where they are going to be. Now Bawumia can send me. Bawumia said Kufuor contested for the first time in 1996. The assembly when I bet you say Bawumia Jimmy. With all due respect, Obeka will be didn't pay for Bawumia, Manisi Suminaso, by Kakrawum. Kufuor contested for the first time in 1996, securing 39%, more than 41.7% garnered. Many said he shouldn't contest again, but he stood in 2001. If we could cross 50% in 2000 after 39% in 1996, I believe we can cross 50% from 41.7% in 2028. PZ for Maminche Chim Namo Mbodo Montebrofo. You two for Sona Mubufu. Moi, more PZ Mubina Monum Red and Adu Munyai. The Bawumia Kenyan say, oh, 1996 J. Kufuor or in the first time of contest here. Or contest here no J. Kufuor 39%. And a man for car say, oh, J. Kufuor. On your day, and come on and contest bium. Nancy J. Kufuor Saba bium, ever contest year 2000, and a 39 or move call a 50%. Into Samiba Umia 38.2%. I am a first time. Then a chile say, Mosa de Miko Biuma, Minya day, Minya 50%. Now remember, Mahmoud Bawumia, why flag bearer for 8 years. Mahmoud Bawumia was vice president, technically president, for 8 years. Technically, Mahmoud Bawumia will lead the NPP for 16 years. J.A. Kufuor in 1996, time of all contested first and second. Now Obie Kufuor governance that. So people were thinking say Kufuor was smart. People were thinking, say, Kufuor was coming to do something extraordinary. And in 1996, when you know, people still thought to say he's smart. So let us give him a nod in 2000. Because at that point, you know, not Ghana be near Nimse Kufuor, but Ghana Sika Kotogo, that to Nukum, say 50 cents Indian Nibeka. Now your Nimse Kufuor, or Baby City Fi. Now your Nimse Kufuor, on to me pon Sikajetia. Now your Nimse Kufuor to me in Sisku Bako and Abrabum. Now your Nimse Kufuor. Obabedi president no Kufuor eye cocaine ena sebio obeji atraso na Ghana for nim enti Kufuor ba 1996 na yenim yehu na binder In the 2000, we thought Kufuor was intelligent. And it's the majority of Ghanaians thought, say, let us do what? Let us test Kufuor in 2000. That is why you saw the number Kufuor got in 2000. Now, who Mahmoud Bawumia? 2012. 2012. You were around. 2008. You were around. 2012. You were around. 2016. You were around. 2024. You were around. In fact, 16 years of Sedar Mekano, 8 years you were president. We saw your best. You delivered your best. All the incantations and the economic gymnastics, we saw everything that you put on the table. You led the economic management team for 8 years. The dollar moved from 3.8 to 16.2. Under your leadership, inflation jumped all the way to 56. It was you under your leadership. And the level of corruption, it was under your leadership. And the Bank of Ghana, a bought 60 billion. It was under your leadership. And the highest levels of unemployment. So we have seen you work before. We have seen you lead delegation to World Bank, IMF. We have seen you manage our economy for 16, technically 8 years. So why are you doing this comparison? Actually, will be with Jimmy and opportunity we are dadano. Because J. Kufuor ni who na binder. What do you know? And the Oba Ghana politics moi. Obi a we deep power chepa and the Ghana politics our NPP Oba Omia. Who got an opportunity to be a flag bearer twice and be a vice president twice. 16 years. You are still telling us to say, economic risk kid. Into this statement, don't make it anywhere again. Men, yes, I statement, Ushia Abronye, chairman to me, Pentium 2, General Secretary, no, JFK. Any chairman now, so a busmo, say you share Sunogun won't to me Casano. Say, Jimmy for a wish your manoki Cassan, some way, no. Nagana for Bajumba to say, and some question, some way, and ye bibiao. You are a liar, you are a terrible liar. Your analogy does not make sense. The way you put things together does not really make sense. Because if you are telling me 1996, Kufuor by and I Kufuor 31 and at 2000, Kufuor winning 97 Kufuor ni president that near no ni vice president crowd. Near nim nyansa that it's near use of nyansa. And in 2000 ya power no. It's also different from Kufuor kra because Kufuor time about 1996 no. Senanko would be vice president to pay and Ghana would have looked at him with a different eye. But so far no, near who Kufuor krono because wabo krono were them. Near Nimsa Kufuor obedi hine no obedi president. Near Nimsa Kufuor krono na no obebo near who be. And it's in a man to me 2000. So you cannot make those idea in comparison. You have been there for 16 years. God for oil yatia. Yanti kroma na ono yire. Samira Bawumia. En kwasiade amoye na Ghana ha yehu. So shut up, my friend. Pe baby na fa otusi. Na pe once na biwe. Na Kenyansa sembi na nipantie. Sa comedy concert way playing on the emotions of NPP for no. It is not going to go anywhere because we have matured. We are not in the past for you to come and do this comedy thing. And adebia no moye. Yes or ya to adebia moye he. Me busa mo say sisifia we adebia ende moye he. Yeah. En kwasi asem say ah we be before almost start mako twanyo foforo amalo. Wo mu de omaye. Yeah, there almost mobile because you Jimmy Refi. Hey, all the no original. Oma ko twanyo foforo amano. Kufuor basa. And okofa akoya eye one stand a pipe nan na ko hu dan na samwa. Ya bo wudin ni afro satan na be man fa duan hye ne to da. Enti no hu de okasa se aponche onim de oka. Omuni nemu na Kufuor do bae, the battle is the Lord. Akwa we so bae nkwasha sam tisifia. On send de enwom de ba. Sa no motie. We know these people. Open concept, politics, book concept. Now I'm just say a review. When you still Use your refi popping. Tuano, o free. Abegina, why is a convoy? Yes, you go so. Walk of a jam for the abba. Near Jimmy, near said Witchy. They say that one boy Paluta, I am bow yet. Baumia, Paluta na near pe. Me say, Jimmy Casha near pe, what are you da? What are you? Yo, Sikasun, and your waba kubi. Kufia Brantier. Jimmy Casha near pe, Baumia, Paluta na near pe. Me say Paluta near pe. What is it, Jimmy? One and I'm also about my say, oh, and they are Bonyamium. Oh, no, Yamium. And now, you know, you're a Masha G string in Amgana. Passamon to him, just any Jimmy, and then Yamium into just a winning answer. A chum da da da. Yamium, a chum da da da. And Yaman and Samudia of what I say, I saw for no Mocobon Pama Jomahama no Jimino. When my dear friend Yamium, animal Bodamon, NPP for. Still, Paluta. Paluta or Pop. Me back it to ano. And you know the man know. I ain't coming. What's up to say for the puppet? Me say this for the puppet. Me man know almost a puppet fucking. And boy, me show I was a betty for the puppet. Kitty battle or pay the angel puppet when I go to the master. Why not bottom? Still I pick it. Yenya I pick it when you go to my master. Now we just hear if you are the enter one. Mahama catch up say you people have short memories. You just say Odimatem. What do you say our short memories? Bring Paluta back. Ken, we need you. Paluta lives matter. Now, now see this. Yejina, I'm going to thank you, Tony. 2024 elections or election. Messias, I feel I'm about to me team said Abi. I was Ama is go ye papa is go ye mama ye boy say kasa so nya ye gba mi na mo tito mo di atam ka ho enwuma of o say onya is seke u sham people before onya and I'm say enwum we nane de pa baomia how can you move from popping sisifia to eyekoma what you say Jimmy and you remfin kwasase na oyedi nyina ne anya den enti esi oye new baomia ya bo otu begina tv so ne mbo osu na afi enwu say esi ya bo osu ye kristo di na afi enye enwu say ye ne kristo fo nya beto ama ho begina tv so ne mbo osu because till now me hu so abo inkremofo nwum bia o campaign ase eden ye jai enwum wei na ye bebetie die na wo ye how can we move from there how can we live to Sifia? I am the Paluta life matters. What bo with them? Still you hear Paluta. When you see a refi, more bodam. And then I jaba would me a zero. A Jimmy for when you see a refi. Yeah, I be jina home mom to say ukura. Mummy and jum. Now the next in Jumuni. Baumia Kasai or so there. The papa be a mania. Onya ye seke first adwum ye nyina nim so onya ye seke NPP fo nkwa du bebi atia onya ye mi say hey NPP mo hwe ne o ade de show ye onya ye seke nkofo di atam ye ne ejim ye ne abenkuma. Now 2024 election, our own members attacked the party and the NDC played them back against us. Ba omia boa chi mameka bi nchiramo. You see the Michael Kwe report no, they deliberately made Baumia study the report. And part of the report no matramano. And no makachan is you see the people who are handling Baumia, Gideon Boakomo, they are daft. Michael Kwe report no. And strategically, share report him and part nibi. And Baumia baby almost thank you to no. The idea behind the thank you to is for Baumia to address the Michael Kwe report, the part that will make his part of the story better than anyone else. Enti omunya abuchire no de man and the boys no everyday ye and omuka say boss udru baby say aka we the menka so that at the end of the day it will look like Baumia is going on a thank you tour for the party, but indirectly Baumia is cleaning his ass. It is a study Bawumia statement or make you out on the swat. You can see clearly say we're reading reports no any actual points na mano and what he's doing in the say Odru baby not the ebeboa the campaign in the future no the ebeboa destabilize the opponent Kennedy Japan no now wakoka. Now Bawumia say the mom lose election e been in the say 2024 no NDC 4 meme komeka ho NDC 4 AUZ omo party move for in some omo kan against you omo Bawumia boa 99% of the voices NPP NDC 4 boy against the NDC in 2024 election 99% na Bawumia statement. I have a whole 5 gig hard drive Bawumia nkwan insem 5 gig. Myself and my team, we have a hard drive, 5 gig hard drive. Mahamudu Bawumia nkwansem. For Bawumia to even turn around to tell you, say, now I want to ask, when you're born the voice, Canada Japan, some saying okay. When Canada Japan, ne damne baya no okeka nsema, no one can say him say, nyansenim. He was just going on his own trail. Canada Japan started kind of bottom some the latter part of the elections. Canada Japan in some kind of say a key impact against the NPP was just 3%. Canada Japan net damoba no sanle socks get no and an okeka but majority of the videos from 2016, 2014, 2013, 2012 we went all the way back to 2010. Kopeke Mahamudu Bawumia with statement. And the butcher Ghana for say, oh, you're true for. So how can you turn around today and tell Ghana for say the NDC used or party members statement, party members bang. Party member Ben Bawumia betuma boni din say, Sasi Mesiwe the statement no affect NPP campaign, but it is you. 99.9% of the statement Ghanaians. Anyone say one can correct NPP nya party or some trouble. It was you, your statement. In opposition and in government. Into this statement clearly tells you, say, the guy is not ready to accept to say, oh, you're true for, and it is his mistakes. Or no, the mistakes, deliberate mistakes are out of greed. And then of course, the party, the downfall. Canada Japan played a role in the destruction of the NPP. Nobody can say no. Canada Japan role was about 30%. But Mahamudu Bawumia played about 70%. But me crack 80% of the destruction of the NPP government in losing the elections. In Nipa, now of course the problem no. The same Machiavellian tactics. What cause the problem no? What don't know why we say when it cause the problem no. Mahamudu Bawumia and Kennedy. Bawumia especially is about on the course about 70% of the problem. My NPP co-position. Because one, Mahamudu Bawumia lied throughout from the day of joining NPP, everything there, and he's still lying. Mahamudu Bawumia is still lying. So for Bawumia to even have that courage to stand before a Ghana for to tell us to say I Canada Japan mon sama mo kai and mamu lose election no I was say NPP ni bia bufu. That statement or this statement we are talking about, it was directed to Canada Japan from Bawumia. But let's look at Bawumia and Samni Kennedy in some. Kennedy got more mad at the latter part of the elections of the campaign. It's Bawumia should shut up. Obeka say we are a constituency chairman and I say constituency beza. Because in some of our canon, this is something a constituency secretary eneka. Now the man you just heard was vice president for 8 years. He was in charge of the economic management team. 8 years. This man sat through every cabinet meeting. One cry. Where in Ghana for the 8 years, Obi who say Mahmoud Bawumia has spoken against high cost of living. For the 8 years he was president, technically. Did he ever mount one stage in his life as the vice president and head of economic management team, and also a co-chair of cabinet meeting. When Bawumia was in power for 8 years, did he ever speak against high cost of living? No. Did you ever hear Bawumia openly complain to the NPP, the whole nation, about arrogance? Arrogance of power, how arrogant they were in power. Did you ever hear Bawumia make that statement in any platform that he mounted for the 8 years? No. Reshuffling. This same person sat in cabinet for 8 years. He told us at the point that he wants to continue the legacy of Akufo-Addo. The legacy of Akufo-Addo was that, or is, Akufo-Addo ruled for 8 years and he never reshuffled. I didn't say I want to continue Akufo-Addo's legacy because that is a terrible legacy. But Mahamudu Bawumia, during elections, he said he was comfortable with the decisions Akufo-Addo had taken and that he was going to continue Akufo-Addo's legacy. Reshuffling that he did not do for 8 years is part of his legacy. Did he ever complain about that? No. But he said he wanted to do what? Continue this legacy. Mahamudu Bawumia talked about e-levy, cabinet for 8 years. When e-levy was passed, Bawumia never mounted one single stage in Ghana to say, I am against e-levy. He never did that. Every single day they met in cabinet to discuss the introduction of e-levy, Mahamudu Bawumia never came out officially, even through his spokesperson, to say he is against e-levy. Kojo Nkrumah was heard on countless occasions on all media platforms telling the world and Ghana that Mahamudu Bawumia is in full support of e-levy because he is at cabinet and he supported the passing of e-levy. Now, let's talk about DDEP. The burnout is about Bawumia stage because say domestic debt exchange program. He was against it. Nowhere in the history of being a Ghana vice president and the head of the economic management team, he never for a day spoke openly against DDEP. We are talking about togetherness. Mahamudu Bawumia basically is lying to himself. He is trying to create an impression that Nana Akufo-Addo's legacy, the people who were in that government are stupid and that he is the chosen one. And whatever happened in the Akufo-Addo administration for the past 8 years, he should not be blamed. I'm going to ask Bawumia a simple question. If all these things, you are not to be blamed, are you ever going to take credit for anything that happened in the 8 years in the Akufo-Addo administration? Because so far, you have not been able to applaud the Akufo-Addo administration, which you were a vice president on this your tour. You have not been able to applaud one single thing. So if everything that the Akufo-Addo administration did, everything that you saw was wrong, and as so are you ever going to tell us that we should give you credit for something during the Akufo-Addo tenure? Because the arrogance of power was the president and his people. You are not included from what you are telling us. DDEP, you are not included from what you are telling us. E-levy, you are not included from what you are telling us. You are telling us about reshuffling. You were not included. You are telling us about high cost of living. You didn't even know that there was high cost of living in Ghana because there was never a day that you mounted stage to tell us that people are really suffering and that the high cost of living could kill Ghanaians and could take the NPP to opposition. You never made that statement. So I'm asking Bawumia, are you going to mount stage again to tell us that we should give you credit for the same group of animals you are today telling us to despise? Because I want to know, for the 8 years that you were in power, were you working with some different group of people? If they are not different group of people you're working with, and it's the same people that you want to run on their legacy, whatever they did in 8 years, then you don't deserve to stand before a rational Ghanaian to tell that Ghanaian to vote for you. Now, you know the most despicable part of Bawumia's statement. He went all the way. He went as far to tell Ghana for say, as vice president, as a member of the cabinet, the person So president in the Baumia na chair cabinet no. Or catch the Ghana for say, ya to petromu na onim. This is what he said. I say 3 days I got to aba and na almost 2 petrum onuna onim as the vice president who sits in cabinet. There was a data meeting NPP phobia. And an omoka ai na Baumia only 2 petrum agencies on 2 petrum Baumia. Oh really? But Petro call for my Baumia to be catch say NPP abaya 2 petrum amanako form kwasi afo. Uko tie conversation anytime I talk TikToker. Me call TikToker me tie NPP fo omo Jimmy brutal. I was listening to them and Ojan bi wo ho ai na Baumia say no na 2 petrum your agencies on 2 petrum and so Baumia to be gina stage. No, I catch say, I and the Mogoya Petro, I call for them. A Kufuado ne Baumia, the Aye, or dying, and the Musu send you 2 petrum. It's more catch as a Baumia Nimeboa. Nana Tama Baumia, Ejina Ghana, a catcher say, Russia, Ukraine, war no, and a Sebio Amanyoma atap and Samrana, Sa Nyansan Unyan Wayne. And your cabinet Yano correlates say, Russia, Ukraine war, and a say Ghana economy. No. Baumia in power has been blaming people. He has been blaming others. Baumia has never taken blame for anything. Mahmoud Baumia Neire, Samira Baumia, they have never taken blame in this government, in this party. The biggest problem with Baumia is say he still sees himself so Nyansa will be our party. On the Neire no, Najrimuno, or just a party near Nedia because he is being protected by Ekufuado, Freddie Blay, and the Gabimo because they think they have stolen enough. And he sees everyone in the party say, Obi Jimmy, because this is a presidential candidate in the history of our republic. We're recording the lowest results when it comes to presidential elections. And this guy is standing there blaming his boss. This guy, he needs to ask himself, what wasn't so attractive? He is not assessing himself as a politician. He's not assessing himself. What is making me not attractive? He has ignored that. He wants us to believe, say, Ekufuado with Jimmy, NPP for Jimmy, mene me yire Samira de, ya correct into Montomaye. And sometimes you ask yourself, is this guy serious in life? Does he really think, say, we have short memories to the point, say, Yan Kaidi or Ghana, I can play Baumia's videos 50 in a minute. I can play Baumia's videos 50 in a minute. The lies are they have implanted in the heads of Ghanaians. Atra would talk Ghana for him. It took us 80 years to wash all those lies from the heads of Ghanaians. And you are back again in less than 4 months, and you are making us look like say MPP for Jimmy. Omo munim nyansani omo ani omo wie sika no oforiata Michael Quay Ekufuado ene omo ano mo supporto sa nkwase ade no into obi a oka hu bi Jimmy and na me yama Kennedy Japan, because I can tell you on authority Kennedy will never be the flag bearer of the NPP. They will cheat him. The things I know in the NPP, 99% of NPP followers they don't know. Michael Quay report no about 3 months ago, they gave it to Baumia. They gave it to him and his team to analyze it because they wanted Baumia to pick the part. And it's was study. The tour is basically about Baumia speaking on the report. And I won't study, every single statement he's made is about the report. It is not about what really happened that Emomu lose elections, because in the report, he wants to first clean himself, clean on and call for before, because our idea be said. They can fight for themselves. Make my catch on authority from a reliable source from Michael Quay. Mahamudu Baumia will be your flag bearer. It does not matter what Kennedy Japan will do. That register, whether they change it or they don't change it, Kennedy Obetuma and Chireboto, I feel bad for him. In fact, right now I'm in Tokobia because Sikana me pagino or Anase, so many Kennedy Yaku. I feel bad for Kennedy. He looks frail. He doesn't look well. His money is done. He's just intimidating them. He will never, as far as Baumia is in the picture, Nana Ekufuado, Mike Okwe, the NPP leadership will never make Kennedy Japan the flag bearer. Because one, they've told themselves that Kennedy is not a presidential material. You cannot sell Kennedy beyond the NPP. But with Baumia, they can lie. about Bawumia. That is what they are doing. And they know for a fact. Anytime I share NPP for, now I say, Kennedy, you are wasting money. They have decided your fate in the party. There's nothing you can do. Bawumia will rig the primaries. And you see, I will come and give you the primaries numbers before they go to the primaries. Mahmoud Bawumia, he knows he will be the flag bearer. His biggest problem is that he knows he cannot win the general elections. So the agenda is that what they are going to do after primaries, leadership and they put Bawumia's people there. The same coup they will make sure say after the primaries, leadership and then they will start the coup because they know Bawumia has to come 2032. And we are NPP, no one is smart now. The party. When I pick a phone and I talk to Samia Uku, when I talk to these boys, they know where the party is headed. They know party negu. They know that you people are foolish. They are playing with you people. Kennedy Betuma Kosoro Abesi form. Bawumia will win the primaries. Ana namo one test Bawumia kase General Secretary Nikachi say out of Bawumia's good attitude or something, he decided to invite the other candidates to join him on the tour. So it means from the beginning, no, they were not considering Kennedy Japan and the rest to be part of this tour. But out of courtesy, because they don't want a lot of the people down there to get agitated, that's why they call Kennedy to be part of it. Can't you see this whole thing? Kennedy is like a dog following them. They have already put things in order. For a general secretary to tell you, say, Bawumia kuma pantina of invite Omo Makano. Is it the party that is organizing this tour or Bawumia organizing the tour? Tell me. It means the tour was organized or is being organized by Bawumia and the Kufuado. And that they see Kennedy as a lapdog. They won't say akwaraji me. Me say, Mubetuma Rinchine. Kennedy, me catch you. I like you. You are trying your best to be a nice man, but it is not there. You were not born like that. You can't even put 2 or 3 words together to make sense. You all see, say, you are forcing. They are coaching you, but naturally, you cannot be refined. You have done everything possible to look like you are presidential. Let somebody just tickle you a little bit. You will explode. We know you are not that material. Bawumia is a liar and you are temperamental. So, there is no way you can be president. And it's not me saying it. These people have met. They didn't obey. Gidi gidi no obey. Hey, no bay, but they control the party. And I'm telling you, anything I'm saying, Obeka say, you want the NPP to bring back Afoku because you know that the current leadership, Omni will side. Who Kennedy Japan? We were in this country. And I ask the way, Kennedy, you said this. Grant amnesty to Alan Afoku. Kennedy Japan catch NPP for the say, Mama Alan Mrabak, Mama Afoko Mrabak. He knows that the current leadership, Council of they are not on his side. Now, Kennedy is also trying to see if he can build a force from within. He can't get it. This is the same Kennedy Japan. Or catch a NPP for say, prosecute Afoko, a Japan or NPP will collapse. And then Kennedy catch the same way. 2015. 2015, Kennedy Japan ka say Afoko yemfa nko jail ni jail no. Kennedy Japan ka say yen jail kobre Japan. Kennedy Japan ka say so mo jail Afoko, no mo jail kobre Japan a party ni begu. Kennedy Japan. And 2025, Kennedy Japan said bring back Afoko. The people yan pa mo party ni begu no. And the Kennedy say yan san for mo. You know why? Because he knows the top there Bawumia. He is trying to build alliance. It's not going to work because Kennedy is not consistent. Kennedy Japan is a flip-flopper. Kennedy Japan, the party itself knows he's not mentally strong to be able to stand the pressure of Obitisa Kelvin Taylor. No, Kennedy cannot. And they know Bawumia is a liar. And they know the monies they stole. Bawumia to me at least a protected. That is why they are all following Bawumia. And it is not like they want to, they know what they have done. Kenoforiata, as I speak to you, Kenoforiata on DC, Washington DC. He wants a way to find some people to beg for him. Kenoforiata and Washington DC. He's in Washington DC. But on some Bragan or somebody on an DC, I'm moving on. Until let me tell you, okay, I could do point to be a so boy enjoy thank you to now party to be blasted. Unmari crow. Say NPP are very smarter. Some kwasi demonstration almost on Bekono. Or some release statement in 10 times say because of the demonstration we want to go, we want the thank you turn, we want to put a hold on it and take care of the demonstration and a few things. Sa thank you to of course for another 2 weeks. Party ebe blasted. Obi be wo obi sekan. The party ne gu. Me say, I am telling them they need to put a stop to this tour now. And I am instructing the NPP. Because I speak to the NPP the top than anybody else. I am instructing them in the next 72 hours, they need to put a stop to this. By the end of the week, this tour must end. They need to put a notice out that they want to go do demonstration and that when they are done with the demonstration, they'll come back and continue. They need to do some serious review of this tour. I am telling them this is a demand and I am warning them. I am actually demanding they put a stop to this tour because I control your party. I will determine pathway in the next 42 years who leads the party. I am demanding that the leadership of the party, by the end of the week, this tour Bawumia has organized, it needs to end. Me say, oh, bomb nas uncle for the come kumukunu. Sabas no team, no the bomb betum. Tango voy, omu dangerous. Can we no? And I brought you so beje Mike. Me see one bomb now the mark kwame nkrumah. Sanko for you the same basim no one day at Tiabeti didim. See it kruma. I am miming kofo. Now monko tie abronya. Kennedy we are no say. Kennedy for Mike and mame. Me say so di nkusiegu a bomb a dime ba kumua. Uguroma na hunse say wo nkusifuo. What is happening? It is called inkusifuo. It is called the rat farm. Wet rat farm. Inkusifuo na uhuno. So di nkusiegu bomb udomugu basket ana a dime ba kuna uguroma. Your friend inkusifuo. What you are seeing is a rat farm. Kennedy we no say abronya say farmer me na me so me come agene din kan kasa first. And na ka check Kennedy say won won call for nkwasiafo no kotran kan say me te bono ha bono aponche magye party na boso na me ye campaign ama ba omia sata na Kennedy nkasa ye intina ne ho nya starting wo so ye o say Kennedy ne ho the bufo na ne ho wo so an say the bufo pa na de tiko na flat more Kennedy say the bufo a o so kutama kan na ho so kakra an na ne tiko na I flat more say basa na venom na be gu ha say Kennedy we cobra wo an Kennedy no ni bufu a na ne tiko na I flat more na venom no abegua and the to pure enti abronya di nka je Mike e no kai e na adwo be di Kennedy atam say enti I compare ba omi antidian mo na nkwasiafo mo kotena nkran say me mete bono ha me magisika na me ye campaign ama ba omia ejimifo na mabatom wo ha na Kennedy to one ne nsa no body papa because 80 million to ya enti abronya de di nka ba ya sana Kennedy responding. This is what abronya said before Kennedy responded. It's good born dog, thank you. Technology there I'm back nyina ngewu na omo chairman hu nanim aso te kuraba so party the chairman nim general secretary so Pentium 2 the memory near Pentium 2 okasa say jibijimi party ni ho makachem say party ni ho enti ana mo muti Facebook ye yele jo mahama kokun and say mo ye na ma de ya dey ni ya dey ni nyina ye ja dey abedi bochi me say ya ntum nka imagine ye gina ye na isola ni twetwesi enti ne ye kire mu no ye nipa yima ono na edi ye campaign ne chi auditor ne chi omakopie ye bonfa kotiketwa an bonfa kotiketwa ho no mo na osaba ahoma ne so be free bi na ensam foforo aba no matese so osaba kwabna na wagina ye osia ya gina ye ene boyemu na line nso da ngina so ene esi de bonfa kotiketwa ne ye wo na me se ende ensama esi kono fese yenko ho yenim omo na eka kire ye ye tie ntwa biase yati a new town yani yanko yi bova kwatiketwa omo no makọ ho no mo chire ba kire abena me se ye kase odo a ene de me hu bi da reporter no kwa me obidwom waje 200 ai sole ehede to ode amagas bi wo bova kwatiketwa o se omo ntwan no oba o ma report paper ketwa bi kuta no na ye hwema omo ba ye no bom eye chairman baabi eye abronye baabi eye Kennedy Japan baabi ena eye Dr. Mahamudu Baumia enso baabi party ne mu abope me se obeduru ye no nipa boje omo so kohwe park bi so obi ani ho ba yanko bi bom fa kotiketwa yanko bi technology a ena technology na dia beduru ha oh timi omo jimi omo ho into omo jimi omo ho saa na afei ejako Mr. Englishman o te brofo chan eku krono mu brofo. I know what you're talking about. Ejako say NPP at risk of imploding over thank you tour. Or say obetuma case so. Or say thank you zero. Na obia will be sick I'm in a party na blast. Ejako Englishman has spoken English. And the Englishman is saying that the NPP is at risk of imploding on cabrofu so mu ogua PZ for betiasie PZ for muti imploding ase montiasie oto na Kelvin Taylor no okwasia Dr. Tommy Droma wa untumi kinkan de wo ho na wonom nje wonkwa oto odi matam mo PZ for ni bi mu agimi mo lucky say mampon hine wuntina na nse mabrebre so kakra nana piaw isia ende menana otumfo otwedwadwo intina de maguma mamo no na mumu bi na mugu PZ agimifo utamedro kwa untumi kinkan de wo ho udum poison ewu udi mi matem unim imploding unim ade friend imploding wa was kan Kelvin Taylor so wo twa mama chirechirim eja ko your party ni fa phone na frɛ no so was now branch executive or say NPP at risk of imploding over thank you tour what you say why boxers move fin no ready we kan kwase asema kire Kelvin Taylor on tia se mam sister we dum you get say implode na et say sebio wadi beans na wawie eye kurukuru eguso na sebio wasa no red atoso na wankasa ya fro se bedi eye de enkatenkwan a ya amben na wanom anu eguso fufuo ka ho na wadi ebunoburu nkwan na wuwie no onum koka atoso a wote ho it will implode ebe blast bo wiyem ene friend imploding ebe di boom wo wiyem eye ejako say party no thank you who born dog eye tolo someone jan sisi a ebeji boom ewo muyem afere pizza for Matias here aha nanaba bro this bibia gira na naso it no say on Tias say Ashanti regional minister aye Ashanti festival no otebrofo into okwa report Ashanti regional minister no ade ama otumfo nto otwen ba watese tumfo abanti okwa report otumfo menhia adentina NDC ni ayi ni regional minister aba baby be a friend Ashanti festival etia nananom into no the whole NPP Ashanti region communications director the boss ni chairman want me now video no tie but okasa hweninim pa hwenenim deep odi okasa hwenipa no hwenenim no nenim dua no hweni deep na hwe ade pe ade o sene ka kire me odi tie de okan ba hwenenim ye pa obohu bibi om. Get the second eye and watch him very well.
Rebecca said, Otumfo ba, and also a bumper. Me koso so ampa. Obeko? Yes.
Kwede.
Me call report no ama nana.
Sasay.
Amanfo antimase. But dia me pa kire nyina ne say. Oh say take oka say bia SRC president. Ana say uye bibi na wo ka say bia fanfare me ye Ashanti fanfare. Yeti wase. Ubia ti ase. Pase wo ka say uye Ashanti festival. Ana wo shefa ewo Ashanti mantemu ha. Enu we nananu masem. What you say? Nananu
asem man tradition.
Dia ye kan say yesua social studies social study festival wo say festival nananum na shefa. Afre nananum tunsumu ni adeade ade atai ne machi. Nenu no ye ya tonsa afre regional minister manabekasa ɛwɔ aseɛ na regional minister no antimi nhyɛ fa no wote aseɛ moreover nananya nnora na ɔbaeɛ wɔne ha ɔtumfoɔ ne kuro yi mu
nti esi na hyi
enti ɛbɛyɛ dɛn ɛna minister ahyɛ fa a ɔtumfoɔ ni ha yɛnti aseɛ o me sɛ wode adeɛ to so sɛ wohyɛ fa a my understanding of ɛfa a yɛhyɛ na afahyɛ ne sɛ nananom ne bɔdwa amanneɛ ne amammerɛ ne adeadeɛ no yɛyɛ na eduru so a yɛato nsa afrɛ minister wei deɛ minister no ase wɔ hyɛfa what is asɛm wei bi
ɔhyɛ nso a nanani hɔ ɔhene
nanani hɔ eti me fi sɛ ɛyɛ nneɛma ho nsɛm bi a akɔ soɔ na wahu deɛ si wɔ lake hɔ wahu deɛ si wɔ lake hɔ ɛyɛ nne paa na ɛbɛba yɛ soɔ deɛ si wɔ lake
yɛwohwie nye ɛbibi ɛyɛde gwa wei ɔmo to no so aba na sɛ ɔmo pikin wɔ toilet so ɔmo de bɛsi wɔ so yɛ director of communications basa festival ɔtumfoɔ in representative by ana murefi sɛ festival ɔtumfoɔ ma obi ɛbae so murefi sɛ nana tabarwa abrochi no ɔma obi etietia ne na ne mpabuo mu ba hɔ ana na yɛ den kura ne yɛ wɔ political party. In fact, by popular request, no, me sure you had a new segment account. Technology, session, technology. We get technology again. We got it tonight because hey, I brand your team radio so kaso. Me say, I technology. I can't win any. It think okay because she Bema say or titi what is someone okay? Na you win any technology. Technology and way o piano be some mura was a bathroom so uncle Jara to way your friend mura na obi to was say I may next of kin me offer new obe wager me japanie me say Desiano me baby technology session and you be Ghana for technology the abreye the any technology anka yehu when your technology drill or see a fashion festival that's no pet into a corner na ho say me catch them we say party no NPP no omo manage say Asante Kotoko a football club no ai say na o bana so be football club na we so we changes but hey obodo dey na be no na krampa to ne sa ka say be adwuma no waka say changes aha say na tie technology enye technology anka akwa we enkenye technology because that time na radio wo ha na yentumi hu nipa o kasa wo so no because bibia 99% of us na aju so mo tisu nyina nimnyansa be etitiri bi nkofo bi a so hu omo a na akwa we on the customer party we opposition e pese ba power sa party pese convince me na convince wo oti chairman wuntumi radio so adan a where the very festival on tiase sa festival dinti okọ report a home minister and the festival to otumfo problem day somewhere technology problem day somewhere and we need to find solution to that problem because you are finding solution problem go day because also social studies social studies with school now only the na video nim the na ya say akwabi to ono so a journalist or tin the nim make sure say me say NPP udo omugu dan mu a your friend no eye the rat farm hwe Ose festival. Oh dear, I don't want to go far. Look at this. What is a festival? A festival is a special event or celebration, often observed by a community or group of people to honor culture, religious, historical, or seasonal significance. Festivals can take many forms and usually involves rituals, ceremonies, music, dance, food, and other activities that reflect the traditions and values of the community. So what happened at Lake? People basically were dancing, people were making merry, people were basically having seasonal fun. It was significant because the people who went to Lake Hono, they saw the significance of that event. Say it wasn't a festival. Say it does not mean say it wasn't a festival. So obi enfra kentema sebio ohini bi amba ho ambetena pakemu a eno enkyere se enye festival. Enti menim eye cultural studies a ana social studies a sa eye akwa we kosua ya wabetena TV so until word na se friend festival a otumfo ni ho until say festival ho a ohene ntia pakemu until say ye festival a obi nhye den obi nhye eye den chow chow. The idea about festival and say I say about fonton from I also be sakete I was say obi pivela na obi ya de eye yo obi ya piaw so wan hu sa de bia on festival no on tiase. And these are the kinds of people we as Ghanaians we are sitting down to say we mumbra me di Ghana so nanka we nkwampo a anka nya ya omu communicators ni nyina ebinie
again Emma wo Ghana nyina Emma wo Ghana nyina Omomfa President Mahama enkwa antina Omomfa nenkwa antina omu nyina nkamom e domestic violence en wo diti yama
se Emma wo entrega domestic violence
ai emfa nenkwa antina na omu nkodwodwo no se de ya yedwodwo mema wo ho no bi pepepe Omampanyi Dondramani Mahama ene ye campaign wo Ghana ene wo ka kire yen se wono ne nikuma ho pa enti
na nikuma se open ma
na nikuma
odwene ma
enti na wono wayi na bedi akiri
ayoba no
woyoba meba
baba
afedie substitution by elimination tactics obedi ade oba no a woyi na the chief justice ayoba or pekwan bi so atrigger eyi na firi ho the electoral commissioner ayoba or pekwan bi so atrigger eyi na firi ho na esema enada emema ye bepe ma ye dada mu twantore ewie ne ba wale mane ayemo basa ne bia na dwoma ma ayemo no momfa ne nkwante na
technology technology akay di o bi tifio ka say oh bema tintin grabo hwe amga kabra ko di obi atam me di obi atam bi mejai technology be di atam ni nyina amaye we nkene technology agade we nke hu hwase mo to oka we di age power. My team, the God's team, they are also saying say they will also impeach John Mahama if he tries to go against the constitution. So John Mahama, follow the constitution, because if you go against the constitution, we will also impeach you. Stick to the constitution. If you try to breach the constitution, because the constitution gives you the room to suspend the chief justice. If you try to reverse it, we will also impeach you. Mr. Mahama, stay in the middle. If you decide to go against the constitution, we will also impeach you. My production team, they are telling me to tell you, my ghost team, they're saying that, Mr. President, we are also Ghanaians. If you also go against the constitution right now on this chief justice issue, we, the good people of Ghana, we will also impeach you. So far, you have not gone against the constitution. You have stuck to the principles. You have listened to the constitution. So stick to the constitution. If you move away from the constitution, we will impeach you. So we too, we are Ghanaians. The Ghana Bar Association can quote something in the constitution to defend their stand. As far as they have not quoted anything, I see them as a bunch of fools. Put them aside. We are the reasonable ones. We are telling you, Mr. Mahama, we Loud Silence Media, myself and the Ghost team, so far, we have watched your steps. We have looked at how you have followed the constitution in this CJ issue. We are satisfied. If you go against the constitution in any way, we will impeach you. Because we also have the right to impeach you, Mr. President. So that is also our message to you. Okay. Papa Mr. President. So far, we are not interested in impeaching because everything has been done right. So